G'day. G'day. Hello? Hello? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Would you say it's technically morning for me if I just woke from a quick little 2-hour nap? Smile. Wait, would you consider me being late even if in my stream schedule on Discord, would you consider me saying times may vary by 1 to 2 hours, either way, plus or minus? Would you consider that I'm still within time, so I'm not late actually? It's morning when you wake up. Even if you went to sleep for 30 seconds even. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to, clearly. Anyway. Hi. As much as I like Disturbed, we have to pause that. Oh, it's so quiet. Oh my god. Welcome to the void. Void. I need to add more echo on that one. Wait, I can maybe do that. Wait, which one? Okay, this one. Void. Nah, that didn't really work. Hello. Oh, interesting. Anyway. Enough of that. Hi. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Oni maybe. I don't know for how long. I gotta figure out what the hell I was doing. I loaded into the game and it took like, I don't know, it took like a minute. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Has it crashed? I was about to like Alt F4. And then I finally loaded in and I had a look at the map and I'm like, what the fuck have I done? I have not played this since, I think, since I had my break in September, I think. Yeah, maybe we play some balls. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in some Battlefield, but maybe I do Battlefield later in the week. There's an update hitting, I think tomorrow or something. Dude, I don't know why they're doing it, but they're adding Battle Royale in Battlefield. It's like the OG players of Battlefield do not want Battle Royale in Battlefield. No, we don't want it. Go take your codified Battlefield elsewhere. Get out of it. However, I will say that, you know, it's a free mode or whatever. It might convert some people over to like the regular mode and they might enjoy the game kind of thing. But however, like if it's free or whatever, I don't know. I don't know if Battle Royale is like free for people to play even if you don't have Battlefield 6. I don't know. Or if they're just saying it's free because it's a free update. I got no clue. I'm assuming that when they say it's free, it means that people can play it without actually owning Battlefield 6. So they can't actually do like the regular like modes. Anyway. Yeah, so I think there's like a new update hitting tomorrow. However, I think there hasn't been any schedules posted, at least. I think tomorrow, which is a Wednesday, I think I have a WoW raid. And then Thursday I have another WoW raid. We're doing an alt run tomorrow. I think that is if I am like in the group, the raid group. And then yeah, of course, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. But yeah, maybe tomorrow I can go like live early or something like that, or I'll just stream longer. We'll see. But yeah. It's unnecessary gaming. If that is the case, it'd be a fairly big win because they'll potentially raise player count overall. I feel like the player count is pretty good right now. Anyway, like whenever I go to jump in a game, I never have to wait or anything like that. So I think it's pretty good so far. Anyway, let's have a look. So we have our living space here, actually. I'm noticing something, that we have a very low amounts of oxygen breathability over here. We have like 300, 600 grams. How is our oxygen? Wait, let me have a look at this. Okay, we probably just need to grab some of this oxygen from our suit docks and push it over into this main tube here, which will then flood the main base section with oxygen. Okay, we'll have to do that. What else do we have? We have our poke shell section here. For lime, we have 4.4 tons of lime. Okay. We've got our metal refinery section here, which I think I wanted to redo this. I don't really like it. I want to make something bigger. Oh, we also have our cooling loop here, which, okay, we need to refill our cooling loop with polluted water, but I think it's working so far. 15 degrees ish, and then that gets kind of warmer up here as it enters this section and also enters this section, keeping our oxygen relatively cool. Very good. And then in the last kind of like days that I streamed to this, we did make this huge contraption, which is our power brick area, which will be a hot power brick. We actually did get the petroleum generators up and running, because down here we actually made a petroleum boiler. So in essence, you've got oil coming in. It goes through the same loop where you actually have liquid petroleum here, and it heat exchanges with that liquid, and then basically cooling the petroleum and also heating up the oil within the pipe. And then it drops down over into this little container here, and then it will flash into more petroleum, and that's kind of how we fuel it. We're fueling it with 2 oil wells. Technically, we should try to find another oil well, because we have this set to 10,000 grams, so 10 kilograms of oil should be passing through this system at a time. However, the oil wells only produce a third of that. So 2 oil wells, we're producing 2/3, so we need another oil well at some point, so we can have full, basically a full packet of oil, get 100% converted into petroleum via the power or the heat source of all this magma. We have our other renewable energy down here as well, steam engine room, which is we built that quite a while ago. That's going well. What else do we have? Yeah, we have our iron volcano. That's been going pretty nice. I think that, how much iron do we have? I'm not tracking it, I don't think. Let's see. Iron. 15 tons. I am tracking it. Oh yes. 15 tons of iron. Awesome. Plus our lime. That means we can make a boatload of steel, basically. Considering coal, we have 540 tons of coal. I don't think we're running out of coal anytime soon. Coffee. Mainly also because we've got this huge stone hatch section here, basically feeding our duplicants with a bunch of barbecue. We have 1.1 million calories of barbecue, 4.8 million calories total. That's a lot of pickled meal, by the way, which I completely stopped making pickled meal. a little while ago. We were getting a little low on dirt. We're still technically low on dirt. We're at 3.4 thousand kilograms, so only 3.4 tons of dirt, in which it's all held within this area, which is a sterile environment because we have chlorine gas here, and it is also frozen due to this little section of ethanol coming through here. Hello, Mew. Thank you for the 3 stream streak. F. Sag, you
Mew underscore Chi asked me, if oxygen isn't included, how do we survive? E, perhaps? Ah, yes, the colony faces a rather pressing predicament, doesn't it? Penguin, in their infinite wisdom, seems to have overlooked a rather crucial element for survival. A bit like forgetting the T when you've climbed Everest, wouldn't you say? Let's hope they rectify this oversight before our little duplicants become permanently horizontal.
Whoa. I feel like we have been fine. We have lasted 678 cycles and still going. Okay. We have not even attempted to leave this planet that we're on. Okay, we've been pretty self-sufficient. I think, where is it? If I remember correctly. Yeah, here we go. We've only had one person become horizontal, and that was Turner. They weren't even named. Speaking of names, who do we have in? Synexu, Vel, Jebby, Turbox, Nekit, Phlox, Deafman, Cyrus, Mew. We have another Turner. So an unnamed duplicate. Tizi, Thor, Sheepus, Parent, Melty, Tio, and another unnamed duplicate, Freya. Oh my god, that's you? Your Mew? Yes. Let's have a look at our decor. I like how when I swap to the decor range, it like lags out the game. So everything here is green, I guess, apart from this little section, but that's fine. They're just traveling through that, not spending any time there. That's permanent green. This here could maybe be a bit bigger because they pick up resources over here. But all of their areas where they sleep is all green. No busting. No busting at the decor. I guess turning this section here into green would be good for any of our ranchers. And then obviously over here is absolutely terrible because of all of the heavy watt wiring, which at some point I am intending to like change some of this stuff, basically rip it all out. We don't need to worry about power anymore. I was tempted to maybe make a like big Thermo Aquatuna like steam section setup where you have multiple metal refineries, and essentially depending on what you smelt, what you get your duplicates to like craft, they output a different amount of heat essentially. So copper, I think, is gold is the lowest amount of heat outputting. So if we have petroleum inside, which we are running petroleum within the loop, because petroleum has, I think, one of the highest, at least what we have access to, one of the highest temperature evaporation points, I guess you would call it. Petroleum. Oop. So yeah, it evaporates at 500 degrees. But if we smelt gold, it's only going to raise the temperature by 15 for the petroleum. Copper is by 45 degree, but if you look at steel, it raises it by 132. And I was thinking of like, we could do a few metal refinery setups. On the left side, you have the coolest metal, and then on the right, you have the hottest metal. And we just have a bigger a much bigger cooling like loop that feeds into like a few steam turbine sections like that's above it, and the duplicants just go to a specific metal refinery to smelt a specific metal essentially, which then means that with the cooling loop of like the metal that the liquid that we use to cool the metal refinery essentially, during its process, you could have the same liquid, so petroleum basically, get used for copper or get used for gold, and then maybe it gets used for copper, and then it might still be cool enough to then still get used for steel. So then you can get multiple processes out of the liquid before we actually need to go and pump it through the Aquatuna, which then, just for a upfront material increase in cost, you actually save overall, I guess, power technically. But also more metal refineries means more output of crafted or refined metals, because we'll have more metal refineries, more duplicants working them, basically. So, busting is gorgeous. No one you sussing me. You be the bestest, you be the cutest. Good work. The decor is, so we busted the side of it. Yeah, we have some fancy, comfy beds. Everyone's got a cute little picture. They got some cute little statues as well, and a nice little flower. Oh, these ones are... right, the atmosphere. Okay, we're gonna fix that, because we need to add in some piping from our docks. Sorry, I'm yapping too much about the game. You had to disassemble the pillow fort. Oh no. You know what that means. You have to just go out and buy a lot more blankets and a lot more pillows. And that way you have it permanently. And my nose. My nose is so itchy. I don't know why. I think I want them prioritizing this here. So I will do... This can go here. And then we'll have it just go up like that. I think. Now technically that would actually back up then. Because we have this one here is essentially supplying the oxygen for this entire section here, and we're going to be adding the oxygen generated from these into here, because obviously we have excess. I believe we have excess anyway, so we have a full Rodriguez set up, and then we have a two setup. So an electrolyzer creates 888 gas a second if it's running permanently. So we have 2, 4, 6 running. I can't remember how many electrolyzers run. One electrolyzer feeds, or I guess like supplies oxygen to a duplicant. I think we have more than enough with 17 duplicants. By the way, our plastic, we have 40 tons of plastic. I don't know how we ended up with so much plastic with our system here. I don't know what's going on here though. We should not be having glossy Dracos here. Relocate that one over there. And this one, relocate that one to there. This here should only be filled with regular Dracos. Glossy, relocate that one over there. You need to evolve plastic eating microbes. No, however, we do have a blueprint. Look at that, let's get some more steel. Easy. Okay, how's our atmosphere looking? Okay, that is working away for that. Cool, and then if we were to do that as well, it'll feed that line, and then this line, I guess if we just go ahead,
G'day.
get a bridge, place that there, and have that run up there. I think that should work. And that way all three things should have a priority. Oh, well, actually this one is technically not getting prioritized. We'll come back to it. We'll see what happens. Hello Meryl, welcome in. You better see that in the recipe how much their processing power is, or when looking at a built one's stats. Recipe means blueprint. Don't know why I said recipe. Well, technically a recipe is a blueprint and a blueprint is a recipe. Yeah. Was always sitting halfway in the fort when you was at your PC. Halfway in the fort when you're at your PC. Is that because you can get the whole PC into the fort? Geckos are freezing. Drecos rather. Are they freezing? I don't know. To be honest, they're hungry anyway. With our stone hatches and with our Drecos, I think how much we have 580 reed fiber, 40 tons of plastic, and I don't think it's like that bad if they do. Like these guys, their mood here doesn't matter. They're only here just to get sheared by the shearing stations. But these guys should still be happy, I think. Comfort range is 10 to 60. It's 20 degrees here, so that's fine. They're not freezing. Our stone hatches have a comfort range of 10 to 40, so they're not freezing. That's within range. It's kind of hard to manage a cooling loop efficiently. Like we have this set to 20, which then it'll run if it's above 20. So I think technically the way, if it like it should eventually reach an equilibrium, and I think it averages -7 degrees below what you set, so it would be 13 degrees, I guess, because the way it works is if it's below 20 it won't activate. If it is above 20 it'll activate, and the aquatune lowers whatever is in whatever liquid gets pumped through it by -14. So if it activates during one packet, that's -14, but if it doesn't activate during another packet, that's sort of stable, and it doesn't change it. And I think overall, within kind of a quote vacuum, it ends up being on average -7 degrees C. That's if you don't take into account any other properties. Took up most of your room. Fitting 6 people was ambitious anyway. Don't know why you made it that big. But the child in you was happy. Cute. We did also, I remember, we made... Actually, did we make... Yeah, we made another cooling loop over here. And this one actually runs a regular water through it. because this section here is, or was also getting quite toasty, because originally we were running hot water through into the showers and stuff like that, which technically we still are running hot water through. Like, this is 70-degree water, but instead of cooling this massive bank of liquid that we have here, we are only cooling basically the area that we need, which is over here. So there's still hot water within these pipes, but that's perfectly fine. There's very little heat exchange with an insulated pipe to its surroundings, and we have a cooling loop of 25 set to here, so it should kind of reach like 18-ish degrees in a quote vacuum around here. So eventually this sort of 30+ degree zone should cool down to be more reasonable, like this range. Should be on average about half the full power once the cycling on, only for a fraction at a time. Yeah, $8. Is it a zlore? Right, so I think if we pull our metal refinery stuff out and we redo this Aquatuna stuff, how much steel do I have? I do need a bit more steel though, so we should probably get crafting on some more steel before we like rip it all out. Yeah, I have a high idleness because I don't have anyone doing anything, and they already have very high athletics anyway. Like, if we have a look, skills, look at everyone's athletics. Let's see, 25, 25, 15, but this is a new character, relatively new character. 25, 21, so it's getting up there. 20, or 21 rather, 25, 29, 22, 19, 16, 26, 25, 20, 11, a new character though, 24, 25. So everyone's got very, very high athletics. So I know that to combat idleness or whatever, you can kind of create a gym where they train on where they train on the manual generator. But I think it's fine. Well, there's only idleness because I haven't been making any tasks as I've been having the game run. Also down here, this section is not a void. So we have an airlock here, that's good. We have an airlock here. And an airlock here. And this is obviously airlocked. So I need this zone that's not airlocked to be a vacuum, because at the moment there's heat transfer from here into here. I could probably just do double liquid lock, I guess, and that would solve the issue. But technically there would also then be heat exchange from here out to here. This technically is, I guess, a hot zone anyway. There's minimal heat exchange here through this crossing. If I was worried about that, I could have the crossing go through this way and then down and around. I think it should be fine. Damage broken. It's just this weird stuff because I don't know why there would be a battery here, but that's fine. So that's only that. We don't really care about that. It's also flooding. There's like three alerts just from that one building. So Well, yeah, I also need to, with this thing here, also need to make a cooling loop with the generators, I think. So that's our regular plumbing overlay. We'll have more generators here when we get enough steel. At the moment, we're just pumping out carbon from the natural gas generators, which we're pumping in natural gas basically from this here, but also these wells create natural gas as well. So we have a build-up of natural gas over here, which I don't know how. I had this as an infinite source. I don't know how the oil that I had here disappeared. It's a little confusing how that happened. So I'm not too sure. Considering... Where's the other one? This one? It's still working. Hasn't broken. We have 3,400 kilograms of natural gas within 8 tiles each. That's a lot of natural gas. Over here we have 1,700 tiles in each one. That's a lot as well. Welcome in, Jebby. Hello. I guess our natural gas is kind of hot. That's okay. As soon as it enters this section here, everything in this entire building that is isolated from the outside is made of steel. Because this will be designed to run at 120 plus degree, where these steam turbines will actually run, and the polluted water, when it comes out of these machines, should actually instantly vaporize into steam, essentially, and then become regular water, is what the general process should become. I know that these guys over here, they are going to be starving, I think, at some point in time. Well, actually, why does this one not have any food? Oh, I think what I ended up doing, maybe. No, it's set to igneous rock. What is this one set to? It's set to sedimentary. That's regular hatch. Wait, I need to look at the stone hatch one. Stone hatch. Granite, igneous, obsidian, sedimentary. What do we have in here? Granite, igneous, sedimentary. How come you do not have any food? Oh, you don't have all the things set. But maybe that's fine. Because I don't want them eating all of the materials. So maybe only having one floor of this active right now is okay. And the rest can starve eventually. Because over here with our slicksters, this will actually become our new food source. So all of these machines, they produce quite a bit of carbon dioxide. Produces carbon dioxide. And the slicksters eat carbon dioxide. And then they excrete crude oil. which will mean that we basically can loop the cycle. That little bit of excess crude oil we can pump back into here. And also when these guys eventually die and reproduce and all that sort of stuff, they will also give us some barbecue meat. Which does mean that I need to set these things up with meat as well. Copy those. I don't know what else Slicksters like drop. I guess it's just meat and that's it. Okay. And we have the eggs set up as well. Slick. So I should probably select all of those ones as well. So they come up to here. And then these sweepers, I need to set up some cabling and whatever else, some rails, but these sweepers will be set to carrying any meat that is here, and we'll have that shipped off over into this section. But I guess for right now I should maybe do this metal refinery setup. How much? Okay, I do want more steel because I think I want to do like at least 2 thermo aquatuners. How many materials we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 different refinements here. I think technically we don't need to worry too much about iron ore because we have infinite amounts of iron, but we can probably get it being made regardless. Surely you need to improve the food production at 5 million calories. Well, I have 3.2 million pickled meal. Now, food is important because if you have a look at pickled meal, it is a quality grizzly. So it's a bad meal. It gives a -1 to morale for a duplicant who eats it versus something like barbecue, which is a good meal, which gives +8. Okay, so ideally we make these good pieces of food because morale do be important for our skills. So here with our morale, now I think our morale is usually pretty good because everyone is going to be spending at least most of their active cycle time within the maximum possibility of morale. Decor, not morale. Which obviously is 120. So we've got things in place to improve their morale quite a bit. Like I guess if we have a look at who's got the highest morale, we got two of them with 41, both Brent and Deathman. So if we actually go here, we have a look at the status. Where's our morale? So we've got last cycle's decor was charming, which was a +9 amount of morale. Good meal was +8. Great hall, which is where they eat, +6. Interested skills learning, +5. A private bedroom, so everyone's got a private bedroom, which +3. If they shower, it's +3. If they travel through a park, they get +3. If they use a washroom, +2 as well. And then any plus for downtime. Now our park, I guess because we have this little park section here, I guess Deathman ended up traveling through this section for some reason. I think that's our only park. So it's kind of funny that he actually traveled through the park. I don't think we can set up any other parks within our areas because I think all of the plants have either died off or we dug them up. I guess over here there's these thimbleweeds which we could turn into a park, but our duplicants don't travel through this zone, so that's another thing as well. Park in the tube should count too. So when they yeet along the tube, they'll get it. Ah, do they? I thought they would need to like walk through it, kind of thing. Passing through parks will increase duplicate morale. I guess if they technically pass through it, even with the transit tube, they get the bonus. I wonder if we could turn that into a nature reserve then. If we have a look at our room overlays. Now here, we've got a park of +3 morale. And we've got a nature reserve, which is +6. Now, I wonder if there's enough tiles where we could have this here. This has 52 tiles. If you close that off, it's probably too much. It's probably too many tiles. Even if we had a 1 tile wide, like, that would be like an extra, let's say like 20. And then it would be like probably an extra 50 plus 50, 20. It would be tight to actually be able to fit a nature reserve if we wanted that morale bonus. I don't think we need the morale bonus though. It would be an extra 3 morale bonus. Something to keep in mind. You need 4 wild plants. Basically we've got a wild plant here, and where's our other one? Here, this is another wild plant. You can't see it because it's behind the bloody millwood seeds. I kind of need something to spend on unused skill points. Like perks would be nice to get in exchange for skill points. Yeah, everyone's kind of like getting a lot of excess bonus skill points. Have they just been you know doing all of their duties? You can kind of train them up to do those things, but it's not necessarily like a good thing because obviously you need the more skills they learn, the more morale you need. But also like there's only a certain amount of time in a cycle, and everyone's got their specific tasks to make the place run more efficiently. So it's not necessary basically. Now with this steam turbine stuff, I don't know if I want to just do it like here, or if I like add the metal refineries into this section here so we can utilize any potential heat that gets like created inside it. Because I will probably relocate the Thermoaquatuner section. I have to build like a little section over here that has a cooling loop specifically for these steam turbines, because eventually once they actually start running they will heat up and they will need to be actively cooled. Seldomly, but they will need to be actively cooled once this actual whole system equalizes and becomes like fully operational and automatic. And then I could have another one that is actively being used that I guess we could have it so it cools the metal refinery loop. Yeah, this one is overheating because I haven't actively cooled it, basically. That's because it's running very hot petroleum through the system. Essentially, I would have needed to change the thing. What do we have anyway? We have a fair amount of steam
May
inside.
I carry your breasts for you? They look mighty heavy.
Hey, Reborn. Yeah, I do have a volcano. I need to probably do that. Just so my critters don't completely die off, because I think I am kind of like running a little bit lower on that. And I think even before I had my break, I was going to kind of like do that, or at least attempt to do that. But I've been getting like sidetracked, and then I had my break. How is our atmosphere going along here? It's getting there. $1,800. That's getting condensed down. Still kind of light. Maybe I have these ones specifically feed this top part, and then this one down here can feed these lower parts, and then feed into the top part. Hello, Leah. E. Yeah. It is only a minor volcano, so I don't know how much effective like rock you get out of it over its time. Like, I don't know how many critters you could utilize. Like, you could feed with it. Okay, let's do that. Right. Now, I don't really want this entire area to become very, very hot, so I will block it off there. And that's vacuum. Because there might be a bit of heat transfer. There'll be heat transfer like spreading over here, but that should be okay. It'll be contained, mostly. Hey, barbecue or seafood? Need to check what resource you can produce on an infinite scale. Yeah, I think beforehand I was looking at what do you call it? Paku farm. Because they looked kind of relatively easy. I mean, you need to supply algae or these sea combs, or you can supply seeds to them as well. I mean, we have a lot of seeds. They use one seed a cycle, so like we have 4,000 seeds basically of mealwood. So if we were to just feed them mealwood seeds, let's just say we have 4,000 of that, and then let's say we had 20, we were feeding 20 pakus, we would have enough seeds at the moment for 200 cycles if we were to just feed 20 pakus. But I think How many? I guess it kind of depends on how big you have. What are they? They are 8 cells. 8 cells of space. Is there a certain size for Pacu taming? Millwood will burn water and dirt. You need to produce dirt. Well, if these spit out a bit of polluted dirt, how much did they spit out when they eat a seed? 500 grams. Okay, not much. Never mind then. Very insignificant amounts. You get 10 grams of dirt per kilo of water. So that's kind of insignificant amounts as well. I guess you could run maybe a bunch of sieves. Dirt. Mud is a little bit more. So you would need 10 kilograms of cycle. Yeah, how much seeds? I guess what, each time a millwood grows, you get 1 seed from it. So if you had 12, if you were maybe farming 12 pacus in a starvation type farm setup where any excess eggs went into just a starvation section. Depends on dupe skills. Do you guarantee 1 seed, or is it a chance of a seed? I think all my guys that are actually ranching are also technically very heavy into crop as well. So their agriculture should be pretty high. Jebby is the best for that. So if we have a look at Jebby, skills, agriculture, seed chance plus 66%. Okay. So even at 20, it's not 100%. Just for what? You sure? For farming at the moment. Yeah, I think you have the highest agriculture skill. There is a lot wrong when having a starvation section in any relation to a breeding station or similar. Well, technically our poke shell is a starvation section. These sections here are starvation chambers because we don't feed them. We only feed this section here to produce the eggs. You know, we have eggs getting produced up here from that system, and then they'll go and drop over here. And then when it, I think, equalizes, technically, well, it should be working where there shouldn't actually be these critters getting locked here. Like they should be, the door here should be opening when they're a little baby. So I don't know why it's not working. How many do we have here at the moment? There's 3 critters here right now. There's 13 critters right there. See, because the poke shell the small poke shell should come over here, and then the door will open, and then it closes, essentially. Like, it lets it over there, and then the critter sensor can't detect it, so then it closes it. Like you said, a lot was wrong with it. Well, it's just a game mechanic, you know? So I don't know why. I mean, this section here is just to produce our lime. But I mean, we have a lot of lime already. I'm not kind of too worried about that it's not working right now. Ideally, I do fix it, but like, how much lime do we have for steel? You need 10 lime at the moment for each process, and we have 4.4 tons. So like, we can make a lot of steel. It's kind of fine. Polluted water plus reed fiber plant plus pips equals dirt. Well, we're getting a lot of polluted water from this system. Plus, actually, does this map have like a slush geyser or anything? No, it's got a saltwater one. I don't think it has a slush. Regardless, I think these would probably be able to. Actually, no, reed fibers need quite a bit. Let's have a look. Reed. No, not reed fiber. Actually, yeah. Which is the thimble reed. Sorry, yeah, thimble reed. 160 kilograms a cycle. $160 kilograms. How much does this produce? 750 grams a second. So how much does one produce a cycle? How many seconds are in a cycle? That's one thing I don't know. 600 seconds? Okay, so 10 minutes. Okay. So what that would be... It would produce 4,500 kilograms for each generator. If they're at 100% active. Which at the moment I just have them set up to automation, which I guess technically the entire purpose of this setup is to not like ever stop. Basically. So we can actually remove that automation and then just have them run flat out. We're still only at 70 odd degrees. Okay, right. This has put out a decent amount of heat, but now it's finally... We can deconstruct this. Remove that. We get them to like mop everything as well. Must have a polluted water geyser. You can't be that unlucky. Star map. Carbon, volcano, chlorine, nat gas. We have 2 of them. Salt water, Iron volcano, regular volcano, plus a minor volcano. Cool steam vent, gold volcano, oil reservoir, 4 unknown. Actually, the gold volcano. Where have I seen that? There's one here. What is this one? That is a chlorine vent. That's not what we want. What was this one? Was this one the gold one? That's the gold one. So I'm going to I think I was intending to tame that. I think this one here is as well is a chlorine one, I think. Nope, that's the polluted oxygen, infectious polluted. I don't think we had one. I know there's technically 4 unknowns, so we need to have a look over here to see what else we have. What's going to be the easiest way for that? Let's go through the cold biome. Let them do that over time. And we should maybe just have a little look over here too. Just to see if there's anything else. Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter. 80 degrees. Enough water there should create a look like. The temperature won't matter. Hit the jackpot. Yeah, there's some good ones. I haven't needed to go to any different maps, any different worlds. I mean, this one here has well, this one has a cool slush, so maybe we need to get it from here. When critters with the volcano produce eggs, meat, and eggshells. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's where the minor one is. So I don't know where our regular one is. Ah, there it is. That's where our regular one is. Which I think I might have been trying to get to that because we have our ladder here. Hello, Wolfie. Welcome in. But I mean, I haven't played in a very, very long time. Oh, there's a cool steam vent there. Nice. We don't really need that. 110 degree. Because how much water do we have right now? 10,000 kilograms, and it like varies a little bit in here. 12,000, 20,000 here in like, so 7 tiles of, let's go on the low part of 12,000 kilograms of water in 7 tiles each. So that's a lot of water. Plus, also up here, we have this one here, which is about 4,000 on the low part in each tile. Yeah, we have a lot of water. I don't think we really need to tame the cool steam vent. However, we should cap it regardless, so it doesn't spread a bunch of heat around the zone. They see. Ah, okay. There's a thing here too. Was this one the chlorine one? Yeah. Okay. So I've seen that. I've seen this chlorine one too. Yeah. Okay. So what in the hell do we have here? You know what? Why don't we actually dig down here a little bit and actually remove this battery from actually working. Make sure there's no zombie spores. Nope, no zombie spores. Good. Okay. Pump those gases out. This one's pumping, that one's pumping. Okay. Eventually, over time, that'll become a vacuum. Now, this, when it fills up with enough polluted water. Okay, this has just activated, so we have a setup here where it will filter polluted water. We got polluted water coming out straight away. I think that ends up running, yeah, through a currently active sieve setup. Okay. And then I think this one's designed for any crude oil from the slicksters. So then this one here is designed for any petroleum, potentially from molten slicksters. So we don't... Technically there won't be any regular water in here because that gets turned into steam, which then comes up and the steam turbines work, generating power. Having a liquid layer here doesn't actually matter in terms of gases and stuff floating, because when it eventually reaches the temperature where it will evaporate, basically then it evaporates, turns into a gas, and then there is no gas like getting blocked because of the liquid. So it just needs to like basically heat up essentially. Now that this has been kind of emptied a bit, there's a decent amount of steam within there. I don't know. I don't really want to release all that steam, so I should probably throw in some cool liquid to then equalize the temperature of the steam here. It's at 145 degrees. What for game is this? Reminds you of Factorio a little bit. And then, yeah, PEG is included. Yeah, attempting to be included. It's oxygen not included. essentially it's a colony sim game. Oh, people are crying about toilets? No, water is being supplied to the toilets, that's fine. You made a mess. Why did you make... Oh no, that's why. God, I hate this. Why the hell did I even bother? You know what, it's overpressurized already, so that's fine. We can analyze it before we completely seal it up. Okay, well when you remove your suit, you're gonna have a mess everywhere. Lovely. Close the room world in Factorio. Yeah, I would say it's more on the colony sim rather than like a factory automation type game. Gas grass seed or dartle. Dartle. It is very fun though. Dartles. Okay, chlorine and bleach stone. Gas grass. They take liquid chlorine and dirt for gas grass. And then create natural gas. You know what? We don't have any of them. We'll take them. Sure. Alright then. Let's put that there. Do a... Not a dropper, but an emptier. Bottle emptier. Nope. Not that one. Bottle drainer is what we want. And then we'll just put in some of this petroleum here. And then that should equalize this steam to then turn into water, hopefully. Kind of like a peaceful 2D room world. Because all alone, most fighting is in, I guess, optional. It's wildlife. Yeah, I mean, well, technically you're fighting for dear life because you're fighting to keep your duplicants from blocking themselves in when you inevitably do that, which is what we did down here. Alright, this analyzing of this geyser is nearly done. And also the elements, basically. Heat. Heat is very bad. And before we get them to fully seal it off, we'll also grab everything. So, I mean, this one produces 1.65 kilograms on average. It's a pretty good amount of water. That's the edge of the map. Here we go, we have another one. Another geyser. Oh, another iron volcano. Okay, so this map has 2 iron volcanoes and at least 1 gold volcano. I think realistically you only need 1 iron volcano. Because this 1 iron volcano has produced quite a bit of iron. I know I've used quite a bit already, but I have an excess of 15 tons at the moment. But we'll go ahead and uncover it anyway. Actually, come down on the right side. There you go. And then maybe I get these guys to go a little bit further down. Explore the right side of the map. There's another cold biome on to the left. There might be something here. That one there was a chlorine one. Right, we have unlocked the Vaselinator. Inspect that. I think we've already had some or one duplicate go to a Vaselinator. I can't remember. It might have been Vel? Maybe? Where can you check? It's not a learned skill. Ah, here we go. Traits. So, Deep Diver's Lungs. Yeah. That Deep Diver Lung is a buff that you get from the Vaselinator. So Vel already has the best buff you can get from a Vaselinator. So we should give the Vaselinator buff to someone else. Because you can get a stress buff, which Vel had initially. You can get less oxygen consumption, and then there's also a strength buff as well. So someone who probably carries a lot, or someone who gets a lot of stress. Well, stress is generally nothing we need to worry about too much anymore. Oh no, you've got 2%. What's your net? Oh, your totals and net stress is minus 20+%, so that's whatever. That's fine. Your morale is low. Why is your morale a little bit lower? No, you have sufficiently high morale. Your morale probably was low because you had poor decor. Alright. Everyone's got good morale. Yeah, everyone is positive at the moment. Oh no, actually, Turbox is at 24. Right on the perfect amount. Last decor, Cycles decor. Even had the park bonus too, though. Okay. Not. We will give it to Debbie. Realistically, any of our duplicates can take the Vaselinator buff. Doesn't really matter who we give it to. Complete. Minus 20% stress the cycle. Right, we don't need to worry about the stress for Jebby anymore. We can get them coming through on the left here. Explore that section. How are they over here? Nothing is uncovered so far. This is at 7 kilograms at 2500 temperature. How much was this one? 8.8 at 2500. So this one's actually a little bit more productive than this one over here. But I would probably just do copy paste, basically, what we have here. How big was this though? This was 105-ish tiles. Oh yeah, we would be able to fit it in. I was wondering, would I need to like flip it and have the volcano on the right? Because we've got the neutronium side of the map over here, but I think we would be able to fit it in. I reckon. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. How wide is it? It is 17 tiles wide by 9 tiles tall. So it's 17 by 9. Oh, that would fit. Cool. All right. Well, that gives us a future plan for our iron volcano. We can also, this similar setup that we did here, you can also do something for the gold volcano that we have over here. This has a production of 9.3 kilograms at 2600. That would be pretty good too. Okay, let's have a look here. Has Steam is at 112. All right. What if we throw in some regular water? Just a bunch of low IQ idiots. Dudes are massively lacking in brain power. But the answer is you get teleported to a place inside a solar's body, asteroid or planet really, and then good luck. Gate is the only permanent thing you start with. Yeah, exactly. So every few cycles, this thing here, the printing pod, you get like a little gift essentially. Other than that, you have to utilize whatever resources are provided for you. Okay, I think if we keep adding water, it should eventually equalize where this entire thing becomes water. That way we don't have 1,000 amounts of steam going everywhere. And then I think with the metal refinery, I think I heat exchange with this entire zone. I don't know. Alright, let me bring up the blueprint of this entire building thing. Where do we have that? What's it called? Power plant, power grid. No, it's not there. Oxygen not included. Steam community guides. Where's that picture? Compendium of amazing designs, was that it? No, don't think so. Blueprint collection. Was it in here? Or maybe it's here. Nope. Actually, it's not there. And I had like a construction plan for this that I was kind of like following along and also like adjusting it slightly. And they had like a cooling loop set up within it. Trying to find it again. But I can't. I think they had two aquatuners, I remember. And I think they had one that was cooling the steam turbines. And I think maybe the other one was cooling a metal refinery setup. Or it might have been cooling their base, but I'm not too sure. Hey Synexu, welcome in.
G'day!
Is there any steam left? There's a little bit of steam left, but whatever, it's fine. Let us deconstruct this. Deconstruct that entire thing as well. We have a bunch of petrol and water and everything and steam traveling everywhere, but that's fine. Oh yeah, these are made out of copper, so they'll probably overheat, but it is fine. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This thing we can get rid of for now. Get these guys to like mop everything up. Mop all that up. And then our refinery, depending on how much size we want. I think I keep that section how it is. I think I might put it down on these two lower floors. Food has decayed. Where did our food decay? Ah, okay. It's not actually decaying in here, that's fine. They dug down here a little bit further. Nothing that we see so far. Let's go even further down. What about over here? There's something here. A copper volcano. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, so 2 iron volcanoes. 1 gold and 1 copper. It's pretty good. I do need another oil well, hopefully, though. That way you can have the boiler work 100%. Also, this has there's a little too much petroleum here because now it's should probably lower this rate. I need more steel for that. I need to set up the turbine section first before I do that. Okay. Who's starving? Freya. Are you heading to eat? You're in downtime, you're going to use a toilet, and then you're going to eat. Okay. Is that because you're just super slow? You have athletics of 12. Hold on. Where even are you? Oh, here. Oh, you do have access to training, so you don't have the movement speed penalty. Well, what the hell are you complaining about? That should be fine. Right, so if we have that here, then we need to get rid of this top part. It's easy enough. Is it on the same level? It is on those levels. Ah, right. These are now broken. Is it still really hot here? That's 85 degrees. Material. Change. Copper. Material. Change to copper. There we go. Okay, so we would have a pneumatic door here. This wiring would actually get removed. This is connected to this system here. I'm going to remove... Wait, that's connected to our base. I'll just remove this part here. And connect it up over to here on this side. So that's connected. Then we can remove this bottom part. Don't know how much room we need. How much was it? It was 2 across. Like that. Okay, so you need 1 gap on either side. It's going to be like that, so 2 gaps. That might be perfect amount. That's connected. Get rid of that. This is full of hydrogen gas. I think the hydrogen gas was just to fill this steam turbine section up full of hydrogen, so it has more efficient cooling. Which was ran from this. So we do that, and then we bridge it back in. And then any gas within this pipe, deconstruct that one and we'll flip it. This we can deconstruct. Okay. How is it going down here? As long as this crude oil here stays as crude oil. 400 to 380. Might deconstruct this and just place a insulated tile here. I don't think duplicants need to necessarily access this area. So for now, let's do that. Don't want any of the annoying sour gas to escape. Right, this entire area has nearly become a vacuum again. Although in saying that, there's a bunch of gases that are over here as well. Oh no, it's nearly completely gone. Right. How's the temperature over here been going? Still at around 30. That's probably fine though. Could maybe make it go a little colder, but you can't have this go too cold because we're using water as the coolant over here, and water will freeze in the pipes if it obviously drops below 0. Right, so I wanted to do basically the same setup that we had. Also, over here where we're sending coal, we can probably not worry about sending coal that way, and instead probably send it over here. Coal is literally kind of only used for creating refined carbon and ceramic. I'm pretty sure. And obviously power, but we don't need it for power. So ceramic and some radiation pills are like whatever. Those guys just make it. Yeah, so the ceramic and the refined carbon, the main things for that. how much do we have here? It's getting dropped here, specifically in this one tile. 500 tons of coal. All in this one tile. It should be fine. We will actually need to move it. We're gonna need liquid shutoffs. So liquid shutoffs here. And then thermo pipe sensors. Automation. This here will be all insulated. This conveyor chute I need to relocate. You know what? I might just have it go over to there. I need to relocate all this. This piping has now become empty. We can deconstruct that. Don't need this. This insulated gas was for expelling any carbon, but kind of keeping the carbon for our slick stirs. How many do we have here right now? 6 critters there. There's 10 eggs there. Right, this automation needs to be set up properly. So it should be 0. Critters is 0. It should be right. Sends a green. Hold on. Have I done this properly? So if there is less than 8 critters in the area, it sends a green one. If there is more than 0 critters in this section here, it sends a green one, which then opens the door. Now, what's technically supposed to happen, at least with these poke shells, is that a little baby will jump along, and then this critter one doesn't detect it when it's in the door section here, and then it turns this off, which then closes the door, which then forces the poke shell here to drop. But do I need to augment this one so it's one higher? So the adult ones run along here and drop? No, I don't think so. Because if this section isn't working properly, what's to say that it will or won't work over here? Also, I think instead of a critter drop off, this should probably be a critter pickup. But technically, actually, we should have a drop off and a pickup. Which does mean that since everything has been built, we can probably do that. Critter pickup. Wait, that has a bunch of coal there. I'm definitely not going to get my duplicants to lift up 500 tons of coal. That would take absolutely forever for them to move. So I will deconstruct this tile so it drops down to here. I was going to deconstruct that one so it drops all the way down. And then I guess down on this floor we can have what we had here. That should be fine. This here needs to be deconstructed. This iron or the copper rail is where I want to relocate, so it runs up along there. We can relocate it so it... Okay, that's not too bad. This is having everything run along there, so let's do this. That floor has some insane structure integrity if it's holding 500 tons. Yeah, that's where all our, well, most of our coal is, basically. That is essentially that 500 tons is how much this entire thing has generated, which is pretty insane. It's a lot of material that those hatches have consumed. I need to clean this floor up as well. Let's go here. Petroleum, so they drop petroleum back into there. This one should be set to oil. Clean all of this up. Clean all this up. Remember the sippy. Thank you. Now I have some water. I am out of coffee. Appreciate it. Okay. We also need power for these. Now I'm kind of tempted to use heavy watt wiring on this, obviously it would be very, very easy to. But if I want duplicants to be like kind of in as high decor zone as possible, I don't really want to throw heavy watt wiring in here. And instead I would use transformers. How much potential load? 2000. Wow? No, this is Oni, not WoW. I also need to relocate this gas pipe to... Electric walls, hide cables? Yeah, I know about that as well. It's not necessarily about the cabling, it's essentially about the decor. Because obviously a heavy watt wire is minus 25 decor in a 6 tile radius. That's why whenever you open the core range, wherever you've got heavy watt wiring, it's very, very high minus. Like if you look at this part here, like 19 heavy watt wires within the 6 tile range, basically, like negative 470 decor. It's pretty bad. So if you have decor, like if you have heavy watt wiring going through where your duplicants are working, basically on the metal refineries, then that's very very like bad kind of thing. So got a wall in front of it. Does dry walls actually affect heavy watt wiring, the core? I don't think it does, right? I don't think it hides the decor. Yeah, see? They're still in, they're behind it. It's only, it only hides like the small ones. See? It only hides small cables. For instance, like over here. Let's see. Conductive wiring. Like, no. You thought you could? Nah, it's okay. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's also get rid of that. This natural gas I will have coming across here like that, I think. Right, and then, oh wait, do we need to actually expand this? Let's see. Oh no, I didn't even intend for that, but it's a perfect amount. Although, wait, am I gonna do steam turbines here? Or am I going to just have the liquid that's hot run through here, which then in turn keeps this area hot? Make a world channel. Yeah. ideally, yeah, but it still doesn't help that if you run the heavy watt wire where your duplicants are working on machinery, you know, it like if I had heavy watt wiring running through here to connect all this stuff up like that, it's going to be a massive decor deficit, which is what I'm avoiding. Oh, I actually need the forge set up here again. You just have one tile where you pull out the heavy wire, so it's only ever a block, whereas in the decor, you do the counter build. No, because you need to use the heavy watt wire wall bridge thingy, the joint plates. Like, you would need to put it here because you can't have it. You can't have the end points on the power parts, so you would need to like put them there, which then there's already 1, 2 heavy watt wire sections, and then I've got these liquid shutoffs that need to be powered. But for this type of thing, using the small power wires is optimal. And then we want a light switch. So if we have it here, oh wait, I have extra space there. Yeah, how many of these? 3, 5. I could maybe have 4, and then I can have them more spaced out, which then allows... That would allow for more like decor and stuff to fit within this area. Copper, we have a volcano for. Gold, we have a volcano for. Iron, we have a volcano for. But I would need to like process either or. Maybe I just do 4 setups. Hold on, I'm going to have to relocate. I'm going to relocate all of them, actually. 2k watts, yeah, 2k watts for the conductive. Because now that I think about it, I probably want some statues and stuff in place. So... if we have a statue, and then we have one of these, and then we have our shut off, and this, and then I need a gap, so the gap is good for a statue, and then if we did another setup here, so 1 gap, shut off, etc. So then a statue would be here. This would be here. Statue there. That's 1, 2, 3. And then that. can I still fit 5 in, even with placing a further away? Oh yeah, actually no, that works. We can have 5. That's fine. I think I just needed to get rid of these ones actually to move them 1 over. Which I think that's actually what I ended up doing. This is made out of steel, by the way. I don't want to make that out of steel. That's does not need to be made out of steel. Or does it? Maybe it does need to be made out of steel? No, it shouldn't need to be made out of steel. These go back into place. Oh wait. I need to rotate these shutoffs. So we have a light switch for each one, which light will hit that tile. So that works. A plate. Weight plate. Sends green signal when an object or duplicate is placed atop it. Really, I can't place it over that. I have to deconstruct the bottom floor. Kind of weird. Okay. Power. Conductive wire. Drywall for some more decor bonus. What kind of pattern do we want? A quantum circuit? I mean, that's kind of techy. I kind of like the ice panel, to be honest. Did I place... That's the tech one. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do a mech circuit. I don't have a tile theme. Yeah, my bad. Window allows decor to pass through. Plastic gives a quicker run speed. I feel like plastic might be the play here. I think we'll have tube access We can fit a tube access here. Probably here. And that way the ladder, oh, probably here, and we just move the ladder across. Yeah, okay. Alright, and then we need some plumbing. So the way we want our plumbing to run is from left all the way to the right. So if it's cool, if the liquid is cool enough, like it'll run through this machine. If it outputs and it's cool enough, depending on what we set the temperature for the next machine, it can run into this one, or it'll just continuously pass through. So I think we have our bridge set up. Like that, I think. And then we do insulated, goes like so. This would come in. That goes out and then in. If it doesn't do that, it goes across like that. And then this would come across like that, that. And then this is the last part. Oh, let's chuck the bridges in. It needs to be connected here. So this is our input for the code. This here is our output for the hot. So then we have Aquatuna setups in here. And I probably would run maybe 2. Because it's such a large area. So if we had one here. And then one down here. So this is hot liquid. Basically we do something similar here, so we have some bridges. So something like that. So this comes along, goes in. If the machine isn't gonna run, it then comes into the bridges. Actually, I think I might have it. One across. Liquid bridge. like that. Yeah, that's better. Or however, this actually needs to come up through this way because we need a liquid pipe thermosensor. And then I probably also want a regular thermosensor. And then we want an AND gate. Oh, slightly annoying. I guess I need to move it one across. I guess that's why it's good to have it on the other side. I guess we can push it up one, that's fine. Automate. Like so. Okay. So that's an AND gate. So if it's like, if the thermosensor is below something and the temperature in the pipe is within X range, then the foam aquatuner can run. Yeah, okay. We will want insulated piping running as well with these, and we're just gonna they are 2000 grams. You know what? We'll just have it so it runs. If we can do that, I guess it should be fine. And then we have a vent. And these steam turbines will need to be actively cooled, probably like with something similar for what we have here, actively cooling it down. So I wonder how that works. If this specific aquatuner here is designed to cool this loop, we can probably fit an aquatuner, another one, just specifically to cool these turbines down here. So out here, this will have cool, or at least cooler water running. So we want that to come out. We're going to have another aquatuner set up here. And then it runs over through this section. Liquid bridge. Cool. Now I just need enough iron, basically, for that. And then I need another one for the other cooling loop for the steam turbines. Oh, and I should probably do ceramic here because that's more efficient. Which I have enough. Oh, actually. I should go all the way up. Yeah. Okay, right. Extra. Keep 8. Okay, so why is this not working? If it's above 3, if it's above 0, if this is less than 8, above. If I do above, then it does run. Yeah, see, and then they dropped. Okay. I think if we have it set like this for now, we can use this one. Hopefully they'll pick these guys up if it's more than a certain amount, and then go drop them into a different area. Yeah, there we go. Okay. They look like a trash bag if they're picked up, like if they're wrangled. The only things that we don't want is actually long hair ones. The long hair ones consume oxygen. I guess technically they're just gonna starve. So they'll eventually die off. So these sweepers here, which we do need another sweeper set up. I need more steel. Oh, we need power there too. That'll go there, that'll go there. these sweepers will select long hair, slickster, eggs, plus any meat, and go take them over to here. Is the plan. Right, technically I do need a little bit more steel. How much do I have? 40 kilograms. So I need actually a whole bunch. This one we'll just connect to this so I can run along. I think I'll just connect it up to this one here. That's kind of cool enough. So we'll have petroleum running through that pipe system. This also needs power. Temporarily, I guess. Another cooling loop. Radiant pipes. So insulated for now will be like boop. Comes up into a radiant. Insulated. Okay, and then bridge. So it goes left to right. So active cooling loop. Now that we need some more thermosensors in here actually. Wait. Oh, right. The thermosensor needs to be before this goes into this. Deconstruct this part. We have it come down. And then we go this here. Wait, I think it can probably be here. Yeah, this is here. This is here. And gate is here. That gets connected. That gets connected. Insulated. Comes down and then up. Across. Get rid of oh wait. I won't get rid of this stuff. Comes down like that. Yeah, like that. There we go. And then this one goes here. And this one goes here. And this AND gate goes here. That doesn't get connected like that though. This gets connected like that. Ooh, okay. Hydration is good. Take a sip and go. Love that. Clean rainwater. Yum. I say yum, but it doesn't have a taste because water doesn't have a taste. Technically, the taste that you have in water is like whatever like minerals and stuff is actually in the water. Technically. Rainwater is just flexing, really. The rainwater is very common in places that are like drought heavy, like Australia. You know, we have pretty much all of our rain in the colder months, and then nearly none in the hotter months. So it's smart to collect as much as you can. That way you have enough water to last you throughout. Oh, do these need to be made out of... I guess, yeah, these actually do need to be made out of steel. Wow, even the pickup and the drop-offs need to be made out of steel. I did not realize that. Well, why not for now? We make them out of... gold amalgam. So at least that'll be 125. Actually had a bit of thunder last week on the weekend. Trying to figure out how I want this to be enclosed, or if I want it to also be open on the right side. You know what? For now, we'll open it up. Plastic ladders there. I do need temporarily a bunch of more. I wonder why this is not. This has an insulated pipe on it. So how come it's not? Oh, wait, I did this one wrong. I see. This bridge system should be one over. It should be in the middle. That's why it's like pausing every so often. Ah, that is my bad. The input, so the output will go into this one. The input will have come down here and grow across. It's too confusing doing it vertically. Let me just do what I did here. That and that. Insulated piping for our input is like that. So the input shut off valve goes here. This is our output. Yeah. Doing it wrong again still. Alright, because that's 1 over. So it'd be technically there. There we go. That. Right, so this is green loop, goes into here. That will come across here. And then we need a thermo sensor here hooked up to automation. Connect that up as well. That exits. Wait. This one actually needs to go that way. This goes here actually. Holy piperinos. Pipes everywhere. This is if it is below 10. Steel, not forever, but make, how much do these cost? These cost 1200, so I need another 2, so I need 2400 steel. It's being disabled because it's above a specific temperature within this area, the steam. We can probably have a go to 200, then that's fine, maybe. But technically that'll run even more. Actually, wait, that might be bad. Polluted water. -20. Okay. So this is a below 10 C. It'll run into here. This is heats up by 56 degrees. Polluted water. So polluted water 120. It will vaporize. So let's do, if it's below 60 degrees, it will accept it to go into the metal refinery. And we need a little bit more cooling into here. How much coolant doesn't have? At the moment it's got 200 kilograms. We have a lot of ammo suits that are damaged. There's more broken buildings. Did they get broken? Is it because that's too... the atmosphere is too heavy? 15 kilograms? Maybe? They should have activated when it was above 2,000... grams of gas. Maybe that's where all of our steel went. Disable auto repair, because I don't want those getting fixed when we make more steel. I'm not too sure why they got broken though. It couldn't have been from heat. It must have been from too heavy of the pressure, maybe. I didn't realize those could be damaged by pressure. Okay, we're now making... Okay, that's too much. Let's do that. Yeah, that might be good. Yes, it comes out at 65. So at 50 degrees it still goes into the machine. We set it to below 60. to manage that. How much did we make? We made 400 already. I don't want this breaking as well. Oh, right. This will also probably heat up. You shouldn't overheat though. Wait, it might. 60 degrees plus 56. It's 116. So I want, let's go 90 minus 56. Let's go 34. If it is below 34, then take it in. There's too much liquid in the system when it gets super hot. Still too much liquid. The bad thing with these things, you gotta figure out how much liquid you can actually have in the entire pipe section, as well as like how much is in the machine itself. Maybe that might be good. So at the moment it's too hot, so it's skipping going into the machine and it's going back around through the aqua tuner. Okay, so we just got this system here just so we can get enough steel to get a couple aqua tuners into this major, larger refinery setup. So we need 1,600 more. In the meantime, while that gets processed, we should set up some more power for these. We have those running through here. You know what? We're not gonna delete those. We'll just actually put these down the floor. Probably easier just to run it on this side. So that should sort out the power for that. Does this need more coolant now? It's rotating petroleum in the loop. I don't know how petroleum got in the loop here. We should actually get this petroleum out of the loop. Okay, there we go. I guess we put more polluted water in here. Not too much though. Yeah, there we go. Now it's gonna continue its operation. So how much liquid does it actually need to run polluted water at 135 C? How did it get to 135 C? What the hell? Shouldn't be that hot. This is at below, enter at below 34 degrees. Shouldn't be exiting. Should be entering if it's only if it's below 34. 34 plus 56. It is 90 degrees. Clear water at 15 degrees. Don't know how I ended up getting so hot. Strange. The one problem with large maps on longer cycles is the little bit of frame lag you get. Okay, so I think we've actually used a little bit more of the petroleum. Wait, we have how many generators running at constant use? 2,000 each. So we should actually pump out 4,000 crude oil. Because at the moment it's... Although this is still full, 10 kilograms. So it's actually fine, technically. The temperature has risen to 112 degrees in the hot loop, whatever you would call it, the hot power brick. There's more of these guys now. Let me swap that back to there. So keep an eye on this thing. 8 critters, 5 critters, 8. They're sucking up the carbon dioxide. Okay. 1,000 kilograms. 1 ton of steel. So we have 14 more still to run. Waiting more coolant. Is this coolant just magically disappearing? I don't understand. It's weird. Because each operation uses 400 kilograms of liquid, and then obviously outputs it at the higher temperature. Okay, maybe now that's enough liquid. We'll have to see. Just have to make sure that it doesn't get clogged by them running an operation, I guess, mid-process. If they do run an operation, maybe I need to add in a liquid reservoir as a buffer. Perhaps. Can make another one though. So this will be this in orientation. Input on the right, outputting on the left. Going back through this here. Okay. I gotta set these temperature gauges as well, so below 200, below 200, because we don't want the aquatuners to run if they are, the ambient temperature is above 200 C. Now with these pipes, we're gonna have petroleum going through the system, and I think it heats it up. Let's see. If water is coolant, it heats by 56. I guess I'll just do like 100 and we'll do 100 first initially, and then yes, we do, let's say 70, below 70. Oh, and then apparently automation is not connected. Oh wait, I need to flip those. That should be connected, that should be connected. Because I need the output on the top side. These need to be deconstructed. Sorry, I need the output on the bottom side, rather. Input on the top side. Okay. We need 1100 more steel to be produced. Okay, we're at 600 tons of coal now. Also, I need to deliver the suits here, I think. And then once we make our third aqua tuner here, which will be for the cooling loop up the top. This can actually come along here. Like that. There we go. We'll add polluted water into the top part, radiant section. Regular water will be into the bottom section for the steam. Let's kind of do that now, perhaps. It is a mess of pipes again. Okay, so this will fill up that. Oh, wait, shit, someone's trapped. Huh? How are you trapped? Oh, wait. Undock suit. Is that why you're trapped? That could be. There we go. That's a bit weird. Oh, we're up to 5 million calories now. Okay, barbecue has been on the rise. So we've actually been generating more barbecue than eating barbecue. So that's been good. Also, this decor could be a little higher, I think. I think if we get rid of this deodorizer, body temperature is... How has the temperature been going with this cooling loop? We did lower the temperature for this top part. It's at 27 degrees rather than 30. That's fine, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and add one of those. Body temperature down here. Oh, okay. So right, because our cooling loop is not active currently, because we're generating this, that's fine though. There's still glossy Drecos in the bottom here. They are meant to pick him up as well. This is actually crowded. Glossy Draco, where are you? Glossy Draco. Relocate. Up here. Unbelievable, Deaf Man. You're gonna make me have to go to the toilet. Make sure you guys are sipping some water as well. I can't believe we have 600 tons of coal. That's crazy. It's kind of healthy to go to the toilet. Your kidneys will thank you. Thank me. Thank you. They'll thank you specifically. All right, I'll tell my doctor that or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Spoiler, I won't. Daughter. Doctor. D-O-C-T-O-R. Oh, doctor. Yes, doctor. Surely, like, the way I say things isn't that difficult to understand. Someone's trapped again. Why are you trapped? What the hell? Is it because you need to undock some suits? I think so. Oh, right. Nerds. Regarding the kidneys. Okay, the atmosphere has been checked, but there is a little bit of hydrogen here. I think what I need to do is add in some airflow tiles. Like so. And then we got plastic over here. We can actually add in plastic in place of the sandstone that we have here. Wife, daughter, doctor, man, you don't know. Debbie, just go ahead and read the stream titles. After a certain VB long nickname, you can safely say you got a mild accent out west and are quite understandable. Okay, I still need to make some more steel. We'll see if JB can figure it out. You give it 30 minutes? Oh. Holy ethanol, by the way. Oh my god, I did not realize that. we were creating so much ethanol. We also have ethanol down here. What? You're hoping for 10 minutes? Guys, I think she's confused. That's okay to be confused. Being confused is a way of life. You're so confused, you don't know what you're talking. I'm talking about Jebby is cute. Yeah. It's in my stream title. You don't know, man? You're out? Oh no. My painstakingly over several weeks plan didn't pan out.
303 asked me, can you explain what the last few stream titles spell out?
Why is he saying it
Right, so
slowly?
you take one part Pagan Wings, absolute madness, fold in a generous helping of sleep, deprivation, and what do you get? A bloody alphabet soup of despair. It spells need sleep. Now get out of my kitchen.
It doesn't spell need sleep. I don't think the AI reads previous stream titles, by the way. And also, why was Gordon like saying it like kind of slowly and weirdly? I don't get it. Oh my god, what? You hate me? What the fuck? Why do you hate me? What? Oh my god, thank you, for real. What is that? What is what? Did you see it? Did you see it? Right there, behind the wall, something mysterious. I can't do that, guys. Like monotone voice, dude. That dude, that like what's his name on YouTube? Like the mysterious video thing, dude. Like the way he like talks, like with his like very monotone, like deadpan voice. I just can't, man. Dude, what the hell? You try and do something nice for someone and they just like turn around and abuse you. I don't understand this. You guys don't tell me you got it. Yeah, I mean, Deathman messaged me like 2 or 3 days ago and is like, hey, I see what you're doing with the stream title. And then today, Tio was like, I see what the stream titles spell out. And I was like, shh, keep it on the down low. What is random letters? No, I intended for it to spell that to begin with. Dude, what is going on with this? Where's the polluted water? Operating. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get it created. We need to get this still created so I can recreate the regular loop. You didn't notice? Yeah, that's good. It didn't ruin the surprise. Surprise! Tenandale. Yeah. Unbelievable. It's just so toxic. In a loving way, you know.
Don't do that, you fucker.
Oh, I thought you liked it. Okay, I won't do it ever again. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have like just kept on going, but then I thought, nah, my stream titles being one letter every time, people are probably like, you know, what the hell's going on? Or not the fact that they're like would say what the hell's going on, but more so of the fact that it would be like, I kind of wanted to like actually have go back to having proper stream titles. So people are more clued in on what the go is. Not that I have very creative stream titles anyway. It's like, he's fucking lazy, that's my new stream titles. Yeah, partly. Like, I think like what? How many letters is it? 11? So I think like 2 weeks ago, I was like, man, I don't know what I want to do with like my stream titles. So I was thinking like, maybe I should just do like one letter or something like that, like a random letter. I was thinking originally, if I just go like random alphabet letter or whatever, and then whatever it lands on, like as a roll, like a wheel spin thing, whatever it lands on, I would just do that. But then I'm like, wait, maybe if I have my stream title spell something out over multiple days, and that's how we arrived here. By the way, I'm mainly just waiting for this steel to be produced, which actually we need 2 more, but I'm looking at the time and it's past midnight and I have to do shopping tomorrow at some point in the morning, ideally before it gets too busy. So I was thinking maybe we call it there, considering it is kind of late-ish. Worth it? It was a cute surprise. Heavy reactions are well worth it, regardless of whatever happens. He was so mad. Why are you so mad? What the hell? It's supposed to be a good, fun little thing. Don't be mad. And don't be sad. But yeah. We're gonna... Was I Leia bullying you? You're stupid? No, you just didn't get it. Hey Hearty, welcome in. Thanks for lurking, buddy. I appreciate it. I think I would like to say that we did a lot. We did a lot, but we didn't really do too much. I just started augmenting this section, and I didn't really do anything else. But I guess it's like kind of fine. We got up to, well, we did like 40 cycles, I guess. So that was not too bad. Have a meeting. Have a good rest of the stream. Well, my rest of the stream is like literally like 2 minutes from now. Let me go find someone to raid. And we can go back to some lovely Disturbed. Enjoy the meeting. Let me have a look to see. Okay. Yeah, so next stream, tomorrow, I will be playing some WoW, but I think My time in WoW should be relatively short-ish. So I stream earlier or like the similar time to what I have posted in the Discord, and then after WoW I can play something else. I don't think our like alt raid will take 3 hours, but it could. You never know with these things. Sometimes stuff happens. Let me go and let me go to my dashboard and have a little look-see to see who we can go say hello to. He was lurking because brain empty. No, that's okay. You don't. It's fine if people want to lurk. Everyone is more than welcome to do whatever they may want to do, you know? I do not mind. Let's see here. Who is on at around this time, with it being slightly after midnight for me? Okay. Let's go over to a pretty bogus artist. We're gonna go say hello to Kiyomi. If you'd like to use a raid command, top 1 if you have a sub, and bottom 1 if you just follow. Thank you everyone for joining, for looking, all the support. And yeah, go check out Kiyomi, a wonderful artist. She draws VTube models, illustrations, animations, emotes, all sorts. She drew her own model. Yeah, she's very hardworking. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Either earlier or the posted time in the Discord. But yeah. Thank you. Quick, go now before she's going on a break. I think she's going on a break. Beep. Go. Alright, catch you guys. Enjoy. Bye.